Well, it's the second day after the election, and I haven't really checked the news this morning, but yesterday there was a lot of news about a lot of protesting and a lot of that sort of stuff going on. Of course, I have my own protests that I'm doing, and I'm not doing a video today about Bill Cosby. I'm doing a video because I really want to get this important message out to all of my wonderful friends who, for the last, I don't know how many years, you've made the choice not to learn how to speak English. I just want to give you this warning that you have 2 months, well, actually less than 2 months. You have until January something, what is it, like the 17th or something, to learn English. Now, honestly, we don't know if Donald Trump is going to keep his word and do a lot of deporting people out, but I would just like to encourage you, if you don't speak English, learn English right away. But on the note of Bill Cosby, I still think we need the Cosby Show back. You know, you don't have to like Bill Cosby, but the Cosby Show is like the ultimate American show. And this video is not about the Cosby Show, but since I have brought the Cosby Show up, I just need people to join in with me and make sure that I know Bounce, some of you, you're so wonderful. You understand my pain, and you have sent me messages, and you have posted on my Facebook wall that Bounce TV is supposed to bring the Cosby Show back. But anything can happen, so we need to make sure that it actually comes back. And here's my case for the Cosby Show, why we actually need the Cosby Show. Because if America, the people who wanted Donald Trump to be president, they got him, okay? I have no idea why people wanted Donald Trump to be the president. Just like I really don't know why people wanted Hillary Clinton to be the president. But anyway, you guys wanted whoever you wanted to be president, and you got Donald Trump, and that's cool. He's going to be the president come January. So anyway, the problem is the country is so divided. We are more divided than we have ever been. I mean, it's crazy. People are writing horrible things. You've got these white supremacist people that are coming out of the woodworks, and they think it's Birth of a Nation 1915. And then we have these other people who are burning all these things. They're burning cars and houses and all of this crazy stuff. And it's just, the nation is divided. And you know what? The Cosby Show is the ultimate American show. Honestly, it's the most American show ever. It is about America. Now, I know back in the day you had these wonderful shows like Leave It to Beaver. And those shows were great, but they weren't really about America. They were about a small segment of America, you know? They were not even really about white America. They were just about a small portion of white America. But here is a show that really talks about what it is to be America. In most American homes, the mother and the father are working. Most American young people want to go to university, go to college. They want to do something. They want to have aspirations. Most of us live in a world that's very diverse. Whether you go to work, you live in a community, we see people of different nationalities. And the Cosby Show was that show. It showed us a beautiful America of a mother and a father loving each other, a mother and a father working like most people. The mother was not at home in this beautiful dress, cooking dinner and just, on the phone. No, she went to work and she took care of her kids. She took care of her husband took care of her. And it's just a beautiful story of America. And it's also a show that taught us about culture. I mean, it gave us the only original American art form. Bill Cosby taught us about jazz. If you didn't know about jazz, you watched The Cosby Show and you learned about jazz. We learned about art. We learned about international issues. The Cosby Show is the one show that people have watched all over the world. I mean, literally all over the world, from Asia back to Asia. People watched it from Europe all the way Africa, the Americas. Everyone has watched, every nation has watched The Cosby Show. It's just a great show, and it's about the beauty of what the American dream is all about. Here's the thing about The Cosby Show. Honestly, I think it's the greatest show, and I really want this show back. You guys, you got Donald Trump. Be happy. Now give us The Cosby Show back. But here's the great thing for many of you that don't know, and I'm really serious about The Cosby Show because I think it's really an American show. Here's the thing. I heard this story several times. What The Cosby Show did in this place. There's this country called South Africa, and for those of you that don't know, it's at the bottom of Africa. It's not somewhere in Europe next to Ukraine or anything. And it's actually Europe, Eurasia, but it's at the bottom of Africa. And they had this guy who really wanted his people the black people and the colored people and the Indians to have equal rights. His name, I don't know if you've ever heard of this guy, but his name was Mr. Nelson Mandela, for those of you who don't know anything about any other part of the world, but the U.S. and the country or whatever it is. But this guy, because he loved his country so much and he believed in equality so much, they put him in jail. It's crazy, I know. They put him in jail because he wanted to see equality for all people. That's not the point. But anyway, they put him in prison, and he was in prison for over half of his life, really. So he's in prison, and he's in this system. The country is in this system called apartheid, and it's where these few indoctrinated, crazy white people, kind of like what we have going on in some parts of the country, not all of the U.S., but they felt that they were better than everyone else, and so they put people in these segments of society. Black people were at the bottom, colored people were second, and so forth, and it was just crazy. And so he's in prison, and he's a black man, and he is a jailer, a guard who's a white man, who's part of the apartheid system. But the Cosby Show was this show that broke down those barriers. The Cosby Show was a show that Mr. Nelson Mandela, the prisoner, and his guard, the jailer, they would watch together once a week. They would come together and they would watch this show together. They would laugh together. They would cry together. At that point, it wasn't a black man and a white man. It wasn't a prisoner and a jailer. It was two human beings enjoying entertainment about life, about what human beings deserve: to be loved, to love, to be educated, to enjoy the arts, to enjoy culture. And this is what the Cosby Show did. I think it's a great show to bring back to America, a show that unified people. And one of the great things about, no matter what we think about Mr. Cosby, I'm not asking you to let him out of prison. Well, okay, he's not in prison, but whatever. I'm not asking you to like the man, but I'm just saying, give us his work back. It's an American work. It belongs to the American people. And the one thing about his work, The Cosby Show, A Different World, Cosby, which came out much later, all of these shows showed America in its diversity. There were white people, there were Indian people, there were Latino people, there were, of course, black people. They were a black family. But there were black people, all of these people. And then there was the arts. He taught us about apartheid on The Cosby Show. Most black young people didn't even know what apartheid was, but on The Cosby Show we learned about apartheid. And we learned about injustice happening in another part of the world and how it related to us. It just made life real for America, and it was about the American dream. And so I'm saying it's the one show that's clean for the whole family. We don't have an American show anymore. I mean, you got Scandal, but yeah, Scandal is coming to the White House, and that's the other thing. You know, you get Donald Trump, so you get your own version of. I shouldn't say that. That's not nice. You get your own version of a live taping of Scandal every day. Come January, can you not give us the Cosby Show, a great show about American life? That's all I'm saying. America, those of you who voted for Donald Trump, you have that right. I'm not mad at you. I'm not going to call you hateful and evil, because I have wonderful friends, wonderful, loving people who voted for Donald Trump. I don't understand their logic behind it, but neither do I really understand why some people, nice, loving people, voted for Hillary Clinton. I don't understand how those two wind up being at the top of the ticket. I don't. But the point is, I want the Cosby Show back. So I'm saying, let's make sure that Bounce bring it back. But not only that, I mean, Hulu took it off. That's why I'm really upset. I wouldn't be upset if Hulu still had it on, but it's no longer on Hulu. I went to watch it on Tuesday night because I didn't want to watch the election stuff. I wanted to watch The Cosby Show, and it's not there. So I'm really kind of ticked off. So I need you all to help me, make sure it comes to TV so that once again we can have a true American show. That's how you make America great. Give us our show back. Not by putting some other person in there. Give us our show back. That is the greatness of America. That show, it showed the beauty and the greatness of America. Okay, I'm supposed to be eating lunch right now because I'm at a meeting, so I've got to go. So don't tell anyone, but hey, shh. Can we get the Cosby Show back? You got Donald Trump. give us the Cosby Show back. That's all I'm saying.